Hi audience, thank you so much for your time. This is another session of Spotlight. Now, 3D Graphy News Spotlight has been channelizing and helping companies and end users get to know what are the prospects of 3D technology in each of these sectors and industry. So today I'm privileged to have Mr. Mohanty from Vedanta, who is an innovation expert and also who is responsible for the innovation cell in Vedanta, and also Mr. Anuj Budhiraj, who is the country head with Markforged India, also sharing his insights of what this technology has been offering in this space. But first and foremost, I have my guest, Mr. Mohanty, who will be sharing his insights in terms of how 3D technology has been a solution in terms of ensuring that efficiency in the company, because in companies like Vedanta, in terms of scale and size, it's so important, ladies and gentlemen, that efficiency is the key. It is more than the technology. How is this technology helping get things faster and ensuring that you mitigate wastages and also ensure the time is at no one's mercy? So you need to be sure that you're actually on the toe in terms of offering solutions. So if I may understand from your experience, sir, you actually have a 3D printer in your setup.
Yes.
You're using a Markforged machine. If you can just give you a broader perspective, how is it actually helping you as a company, and also to have made the decision to procure a machine of that size?
Sure. Good evening to everybody. Coming to your questions, Vibhu, we are not a technology company, let me tell you. We are a metal and mining company. So the question first comes, what 3D printing or additive manufacturing is being, why it is being used in a company who are there to manufacture metals. Okay. Coming to the answer to this question, this all came up during the COVID times when the world was at shutdown, closed everything. Ours is you must be knowing, Vedanta is one of the biggest smelter of the world. We are the biggest aluminum producing company in India, and in fact at our Jharsuguda location, that is the biggest smelter of the world outside China, having a capacity of 1.8 million ton aluminum and 3600 megawatt power generation. So this is a mammoth establishment. We have thousands of machineries, and for maintaining those thousands of machineries, we have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of BOQ of spares, internal consumables, all those things. But extensive planning is being done, dedicated purchase team is there, but still challenges always come. You cannot predict the life cycle of each and everything. We can predict up to 98% or 99%, but this 1% is the catch, where technological interventions like this additive manufacturing, in fact 3D scanning and printing, comes to our rescue. When we started this technology, it was just a innovative mindset or a R&D phase. We started it. There was nothing like what to get from it. I always tell my colleagues that for getting a new technology, we should never think of what payout. Our chairman also has the similar mindset. He has only pushed it towards the Atmanirbhar Bharat, having self-reliance, and how our this adopting new technology can improve our productivity, our productions, our efficiencies, all those things. So it was a part of that. Initially when we started, we thought how to use it. Then we had a lot of discussion. In fact, Anuj was there, who has also helped us out. We had a long BOQ. Then we started our journey. Then we got some machine. We thought enough is enough. Let us get the machine. Let's try it out. Then we will get the juice out of it. Sorry. So coming to the Markforged machine or the other 3D printing technologies, what happens when during some challenging spares or internal parts, because of a small part, what happens, the machine goes down. When the machine goes down, it hampers the production. It is a huge loss to the company. This turnaround time you cannot calculate on pen and paper.
Exactly.
You think a machine which was supposed to be up in 30-40 days, when we get the spare from Europe, airlifting the spares, the service engineer, all those things, and this thing is being done. I take the old spare, I scan it, make the STL file and print it in a matter of 8 to 10 hours or 12 hours max, and the machine comes up. Yes, somewhere we have passed, somewhere we have also failed, but we never look towards our failure. We go on in our journey, and in fact, if you ask me, I have returned my company more than 10 times what they have invested in this printer.
Amazing.
So this is attempting and doing the job. It is not that we what we do, we do a lot of analysis, and all the analysis comes down and becomes paralysis. Okay, so we don't go in that fashion. Vedanta's DNA is fast. What others do in 10 years, we think of doing it 2 to 3 years. Similar in adaptation of this technology also. And gradually, with the success at Jharsuguda location, the aluminium business, we are going to launch it on our group level in other businesses as well.
Also, sir, what I understand, innovation is to try and test things uniquely.
Yes.
So this is where you have taken
Yes,
that risk
yes,
in
yes.
terms of, and then
Yeah.
you have been able to successfully venture and
Exactly.
ensure that,
Yes.
and also got the results. So Anuj, as a technology expert and somebody who has been offering the solution, it was, I'm sure it would have been back and forth for you.
Yeah, it was
but then finally
long
you would
journey
have,
for us
yeah.
as well to
Yeah,
collaborate
and-
with them, but yes.
Yeah, and also it was more like a backward inward kind of an approach to come up with right solution in terms of the offering, what 3D can do and 3D printing can do. How was the journey? And if you have something to ask Mohanty, maybe I leave it to
Yeah,
you.
it was a really interesting journey. I would say a lot of learnings with Mr. Mohanty as well. We also learned a lot in terms of what are the parts, what are the areas which are more critical to look into. But as he rightly said, that rather than looking into from the first day itself, rather than looking into ROI from the first day, before even buying it or before even starting the innovation journey, the best thing would be to look into implementing it, because this technology has already been proven. It is not something which is at a nascent stage and it's not been proven. Globally, there are a lot of metal mining companies which already started implementing this technology. Now in India, I'm sure Vedanta has taken a lead of implementing this technology up to that level where they are replacing their spare parts with the 3D printed composite spare parts, which is coming out of a Markforged 3D printer. So now with this success, I'm sure there will be a lot of followers in the industry as well, who would definitely like to get the same kind of returns. As Mr. Monty said, that I think more than 10% of the return has already been
10
taken.
times.
10 times.
That's a good
has
number.
already, yeah, exactly.
So if you
that
want
has
to put it in numbers, that would be huge.
this is what we need to look into, yes, and that is basically in terms of about the number. But if we look into the overall reducing the lead time of getting and bringing in some parts, in terms of did it help you some or the other way to redesign some of the parts for improving efficiency?
Yeah, exactly. I'll come to that also. See, like Mr. Shibu said, innovation is about doing differently. That is the baseline. What is once somebody asks me basic difference between innovation and R&D. In R&D, we have a target. Like we want to develop which is not yet developed. That is R&D.
Right.
But innovation, like even we are eating something, is there any other way of eating? Okay, you are drinking water, we are thinking of water capsules now.
Yeah.
So innovation is something sort of that. So now coming to your question, we have typical case studies for that also. In fact, time doesn't permit, but I can give you 10 examples where doing it differently I've also tried. Normally, if you go to think of any big machines or of any hydraulic power pack, we have got seals, or pneumatic, we have got seals. So these seals are normally, we think of rubber material, okay, or Viton, normally the best one which we employ. So, but what happens, there are many abrasive areas where apart from the flexibility, the compressive strength is also a thing. So we developed one internal seal, I'll tell you, a small seal in my casting line, where the entire rubber was replaced by a ring of carbon fiber. Over it embossed was rubber. There were two different one was not yours actually. So there were two different machines and we composited one on the other.
Right.
And we gave a trial. A lot of mechanical experts told me that this is not going to work, this will fail, that. I told it's okay, let us fail also sometimes in life.
Yes.
So when we tried it, you won't believe, first time actually we failed, then later on we did some permutations, combination, and we came up with such a product. Now that compressive strength is being taken care by carbon fiber, the flexibility is taken care from the rubberized material. So I'm saving around, I'll tell you, some 40 barrels of oil in 1 year from leakages. So
Amazing, sir.
the cost I won't tell you because
Then I'll
he's
ask for
there.
more.
Yeah.
No, so, sir,
That's
while
really
you also
nice.
mentioned about the risk, what is the big risk that we are actually making just for some material? But
There is no
if you have to even take a mold, I think the cost is too high compared to that when it is a 3D printed seal in terms of making an object.
Like Mr. Anuj said, there is no purpose. This technology is 20 to 30 years old.
Right.
Now it is being coming to us. We are unlucky for that. We would have known this if 20 years back. Then today India would have been in the top of technology provider as well. Apart from other things, yes, but we are coming up very fast. I'll tell you, this Atmanirbhar Bharat thrust is everywhere. What our government is pushing up, it is not there up to only government papers or anything. Like my company, my chairman, he's a strong follower of that. He always gives a focus on indigenization.
Very true.
Why not from India? Why not from India? He will tell that. Not for he even tells you don't bother about the investment or the money. If in India it costs little bit more than the imported one, it's okay. You go ahead with the indigenization. So these all things have helped us to come up this ahead in this journey.
Very good.
So since we have touched upon this Atmanirbhar, yes, a lot of organizations they are saying that let us use the best in class technology. So that we can produce the best in class products. Like be it in drone manufacturing company. There are a lot of Indianized drones now. A lot of companies, startup companies, they are developing all these new drones for defense, for even for all the different segments of the industries also. Surveillance drones for Indian oil, for these kind of oil segment also. So now the idea is, okay, let's look into using the best in class technology where we are getting the lightest product and the best quality product for which the life cycles are very good in terms of product failures, in terms of the quality of the output, and then produce the best in class drone out of it, which is going to help us to drive our own technology, to help us drive innovation into our drone technology.
Sir, I'm seeing an opportunity that within the Vedanta group, with you as being in the behest, while Anuj also mentioned about drones would also be something very, very relevant for you to manufacture within as an internal force in your mining kind of a capacity.
No, we want to be the top in mining only, metal and mining.
Okay, so that comes to a point that now that Anuj, that you also have introduced with simulation, because that's going to be an added advantage in the machine and technology. How do you see that, how you can take the leverage out of this? If you want to post a question in terms of between you both.
Yes, so I think in fact during the day also we discussed about it. Like I'm sure there will be some kind of challenges sometimes as you tried some of the parts failed. So now the chances of doing it in a better way should increase now, right? So what
see, being an engineering graduate, we have a great idea about this simulation. If you believe that recently we have developed the first smelting technology in India, post 300K, 300 kiloamperes operation. Normally, if all the top metal players, aluminum metal players, they import the technology, or we buy the technology from Europeans, Americans, or Chinese countries. In fact, Middle East, the EG has developed there. So we have also developed, and we have developed in the record time. What other people took 10 years, we developed that package in less than a year. And during the development, we had enough of these simulation softwares, because see, I cannot try it on the live smelting pots or the plant, which is a millions and billions of dollars will be at stake. So this simulation is a very vital tool for this. And as Mr. Anuj said that for the simulation, like while developing something, this wastage of aggregates or additives, you say, this will be minimized. It won't be zero, but it will be minimized with the help of such simulation softwares.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time, and it was great exchanging thoughts with you, and also Mr. Mohanty for really actively coming up with this particular innovative solutions in terms of your organization. Thanks to Anuj for offering those solutions. So we being a catalyst, we always take the opportunity to share that how the industry can benefit from this. Thank you so much, Mohanty, for your time, and thank you so much, Anuj, for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a wonderful day. Thanks.